Imagine, you've spent all day working on a report for your boss. You feel confident it's good to go, but you want to give it one last look before you submit it. Morning comes. You arrive at the office, and the report is gone. The file wasn't saved, so you need to start from scratch. Ugh, that's the worst. When you update configuration settings in your network, the same thing can happen. To prevent this tragedy, save changes. It's as simple as that. Once a configuration file is saved, it will load after a reboot and is always available in case of system failure. As best practice, make sure to back up the most recent known working configuration of the device. Once you have that in place, you can simply restore the device if any problem comes up. This saves you time from configuring the device from scratch. In this episode of Cisco Tech Talk, I'll explain how to back up and restore the running configuration on Cisco RV340 Series routers. To start, log into the router. The default username and password are Cisco. In this case, I'll enter my updated credentials. Click Login. Navigate to Administration and select Configuration Management from the drop-down menu. Once there, notice the various config file types as well as the date and time they were last modified. All active settings on the router are referred to as the running configuration. The most recently saved file is used as the startup when the router is rebooted. During the router's startup process, these saved files are loaded into the running configuration. After 24 hours of stable operation, the device automatically copies and stores the startup configuration to the mirror configuration. The backup is a copy of the file that can be used as a backup in the event of a system failure. It retains its original state until overwritten. In the copy/saved configuration section, make a note of all notifications in the running configuration file on the router. This is volatile and does not survive a reboot. Copy the running file to the startup after making changes to keep the settings between reboots. The device is now operational after the necessary changes were made. As a result, there's no need to restart the device. Next, back up the current configuration by copying it to the startup. Navigate to Source and choose Running Configuration from the drop-down menu. Then, go to Destination and choose Startup Configuration. Click Apply to save the changes. A Configure Download Successful pop-up message will appear. Click OK to continue. Return to Source and select Startup Configuration to save a backup. Select Download to PC from the destination, then click Apply. A message will appear that states the configuration download was successful. It's worth noting that the file was downloaded into the device in .xml format. Click OK in the notification pop-up to proceed. This backup sure comes in handy if you start having issues once you've made additional changes. The issues you encounter happen when the settings on the router are not correct. To quickly solve this, you can revert to the previous configuration that worked. You simply restore it from the backup you saved earlier. To restore, select Upload File from PC from the drop-down menu on the Source tab. Then, click the Browse button and navigate to the PC's download folder. This is the location where the .xml configuration file was downloaded and where it can be found. Then, choose that file and click Open. Now that you've selected the router backup file as the source, move over to Destination and select Running Configuration. Next, click the Apply button. A notification will appear on the screen once the upload is complete. Click OK. The backup is now restored to the running configuration. Next, save this to the startup configuration file so that it is retained in the event of a reboot. Navigate to Source and select Running Configuration. For Destination, select Startup Configuration. To apply these settings, click Apply. A success message shows. Click OK. Save the settings by clicking the red save icon in the upper right corner of the screen. By following these steps, the last known configuration file will be used as the startup configuration the next time you reboot the router. From here on out, you know the best way to use the configuration backup and restore feature on your RV340 Series router. Keeping configuration settings up to date, running smoothly, and available in case of a failure is a step that can be a lifesaver. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.